Alright, well thank you again for coming. Absolutely. Do you mind telling us a little bit more about yourself?
My name is Gabriel Mendez. I am a first-year volunteer. I started as my son's t-ball coach. And a little bit about me, I'm a graphic designer and a mobile DJ.
My name is Sarah Bass, and my family has been we've been 30-year residents of West Chicago, so this is home. And I volunteer in the capacity of a photographer, so taking pictures at various events, and I'm also a beekeeper, so teaching about bees.
Well, my name is Mark and Portman, and I've been involved with the Park District for the theater group for 8 years. I've been involved with the Park District before that for, like 29 years. So I started 8 years ago with Jamie Kenny when we did the play Annie, and I'd never done a play before, and I started just as a helper and as another guy on the stage, and had so much fun doing it that I was like, oh my God, I love this. It's the first time you get the big applause after a big song number, you get hooked, you know. So.
And actually, I'm an empty nester, as they call it. I raised two sons, Alex and Eric. They are now 22 and 25, and I missed all the fun activities we did at the Park District and scouting and school, so I thought I'd take advantage of an opportunity here to help with special events, and they sounded like a perfect fit for me to use some of my talents and my love for children to make things a lot brighter for all of us, including myself.
Frank Lenertz from West Chicago, lifetime resident, born and raised in West Chicago. Love the town, fantastic town, and it's probably the reason why I stayed here all my life.
So why do you volunteer, and what motivated you to start volunteering?
I was motivated for the Park District 48 years ago. So they looked at me and said, "Why don't you run for the board?" I says, "You're kidding me. I don't want to do that." And I did. And I felt the more I put into it, the more I got out of it. Not just as a softball president, but just as a human being. I think the experience was just kept me going, kept me driving in my other aspects of my life to volunteer.
That's a great question, because I think, and this is something I tell to my kids, I guess you really don't understand how important it is, especially with children, giving them an opportunity to be in a positive environment. Here, the Park District provides these great events that you can have just an incredible memory that'll last a lifetime. So.
You have so many experience in the theater. Like, do you have like a favorite moment you had while volunteering?
Well, there's a lot of moments. I've been doing this for 8 years, but this last play was Little Mermaid, and I was just one of the sea creatures in back for the Under the Sea, and when the audience just claps and just goes on clapping because they really like that song. I mean, so it just gives you a really awesome feeling. Very first year we did Annie, and the girl who played Annie was, she gets up on the desk and she's singing tomorrow, tomorrow, and she forgot the lines. She forgot, and she double choked, and you could just see her eyes just, for an instant, and then, but she just kept singing the lines that she knew, She didn't freak out, and she didn't run off the stage, and I was like, go, 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 keep singing. Then she got to the second verse, and then she was fine, and it was just like, I was so proud of her, and she was just like, I think 10 years old, and just so proud of that girl that just kept singing,
I think most recently, it would be the surprise honeybee swarm that showed up at Turtle Splash. My mom saw it come in, and I got a call because I was doing some volunteer photography for the police department and the fire department. And so she said, there's a swarm of bees. And so I sprint from the field and I go into Turtle Splash, and there hanging like a giant volleyball is a swarm of honeybees about 25 feet up. So definitely catching a swarm in my own backyard, so to speak, was pretty memorable.
So as a volunteer, what would you like people to remember you as?
I want to be that coach that that gave every player that high five no matter what. That coach that always shouted out. You know what I mean? Just want to be that loud, happy coach. That's what I want to be remembered as.
My dad told me to hit the bat really hard.
Wow.
It's nice to play baseball with my dad.
So what impact do you think volunteers have for the West Chicago community as a whole?
I think the word is community. And I think that helps me with younger kids, older adults, that if we can work as a community, it's a safer community, a friendlier community. So that's the advantage, I think, anytime we volunteer, wherever it be, the park district, the church, whatever it might be, it only makes the community stronger.
And what's your favorite thing about the West Chicago?
What I love about West Chicago is its diversity. I really love the fact that people are down to earth. I like the fact that I'm exposed to different cultures, that I'm forced out of my comfort zone, and I'm exposed to different lives and different ways of living. I think it wouldn't be that way if a place was more, homogeneous or not as diverse. And I think West Chicago people, they're great people, they're really great neighbors. And I think a special person has to live in West Chicago. They have to value, I think, the culture and the diversity and the extraordinary ordinariness, of this town, which I think that's where magic happens,